The Pixel tablet has finally made it into my hands after being announced a year ago at Google I/O. I've been waiting for this thing for over a year. Well, to be honest, I forgot about it because, you know, a whole year of waiting is a long time. I forgot about it, but it's finally here. Let's get into it. The unboxing experience is pretty normal. You do get the tablet at the top and then some paperwork such as how to set up the device. And then on the bottom of the box, you get a dedicated speaker along with a barrel power supply. So this tablet is super thin and it is very comfortable to hold in the hands. I was expecting this thing to feel kind of flimsy and kind of like, you know, kind of googly, right? You know, Google. Subscribe. But no, this thing is actually made from aluminum with a nano ceramic coating, which does help against fingerprints, and it just feels really good to hold. It doesn't feel cold like other tablets with the bare aluminum, you know? This thing feels kind of roomy, kind of like comfy. Anyway, we're moving on. Now on the left side of the tablet, you do get your dedicated fingerprint sensor, which also acts as your lock and unlock button, and then the volume up and down button, and that's it. Those are the only buttons you get on the entire device. On the front or the top of the device, you do get 2 speakers here, and then 2 speakers on the bottom, as well as your USB-C port. But remember, there's no USB-C cable in the box. The only way you charge is with the dock or by using your very own USB-C cable, which by the way is a lot faster to charge. The fingerprint sensor is pretty accurate. I have no issues with it so far, but I do notice that sometimes there is a few misreads. Just a few. I don't know if it's just the way that the fingerprint sensor is kind of like laid out, because it's not entirely flat, because that side right there is kind of curved that way. So you kind of have to kind of bend your finger a little bit over the top to really kind of cover the entire sensor for the tablet to unlock. It's not accurate, but it'll just take some time to getting used to. But once you do get used to it, it does work fairly well, and which leads me to my next point. The thing I don't like about this tablet, there's no face unlock, which is so weird considering that this tablet spends most of its life on the dock just as much as it does in your hands. I would have kind of liked to see face unlock. I mean, imagine how awesome it would be if, like, you know, you have this thing set up on a dock in your kitchen, you walk up to it, it uses the front facing camera to know that you have walked up to it, and it automatically lights up the screen and unlocks the device for you, right, by just looking at it. Or maybe you can have it set in the settings to not do that. Google should have given us some options when it comes to face unlock, because obviously the Pixel 7 series can do face unlock, so I was kind of hoping this could too, but it does not. Now, the dock itself is made from this really, really nice kind of Google fabric material. It kind of reminds me of those very old Google Pixel cases that we all know and love, but for some reason they just disappeared because it's Google and they just love taking things away. But that's fine. So the top of the dock does have these little pogo pins that connect to the pins on the bottom of the tablet right there. And then it just kind of magnetically kind of just goes together like this, and that's it. There you go. Now you just transformed your tablet into a smart home kind of system, including a pretty nice speaker. I'm not going to lie. Now, don't get me wrong. This is not going to compete with your HomePod or any other Google Nest speaker, but this thing can easily fill my entire room, and I have a really big room. Well, it's a den, right? So it's massive. This thing can easily light up this entire room. See, you kind of have to realize where this tablet belongs in your home. This isn't your typical tablet that you bring along with you outside, because outdoor visibility with the 500 nits of brightness is definitely not something that you're going to be like, whoa, this looks so good outside, right? It's not. This is supposed to live in your home. Think about the kitchen, right? Think about your office area, which is where it actually lives right here, right off camera, or maybe next to your bedstand. So if you play music in those areas, I can promise you it will sound really good with a very nice bass whenever you're connected to the dock. The speaker itself, or the tablet speakers itself, I should say, they don't sound excellent. They sound fine. They're acceptable enough to watch maybe a Netflix show or maybe a YouTube video, but they do sound kind of tinny. But I'll show you guys a comparison right now. Whenever you put it on the dock, yo, it comes to life. Okay, first I'm going to play the song directly from the tablet, and then I'm going to connect it to the dock, and you guys will see how seamless it is. Watch. It's so crazy. All right, you hear it? All right, watch. All right, now I'm going to connect it to the tablet. I mean, it definitely adds a lot of bass. With hub mode turned on, you can have weather information along with a nice animated wallpaper, as well as showing your photos and albums from Google Photos, and of course all your smart home stuff such as your cameras. So the tablet itself is running Google's very own Tensor G2 chip, which is also on the Pixel 7 series. It also comes with 8GB of RAM and either 128 or 256GB of storage, and no cellular connection. There's no cellular connection option, so that's another hint that this is not supposed to leave your house. It's really meant to be used in your house. What I really like about this tablet is that it's not trying to be something that it's not, like other tablets, right? It's supposed to be very simple and just easy to use, right? Anyone can use it. Your kids can use it, you can use it, your grandma can use it, your dog can probably use it. I don't know. This is really meant to be a helpful assistant whenever it's docked. And then let's say you just want to go from the kitchen to the couch. You just lift it off from the dock. You go sit down, read news, scroll through Twitter, browse the web, watch a YouTube video, Netflix show, whatever you want. And then once you're done, you put it back on the dock. Then it transforms back into a smart home kind of manager. That is a really, really genius feature. I wish all tablets had this kind of smart home manager whenever you're docked onto a proprietary dock. That would be amazing. And honestly, I'm surprised Google was the first one that actually came up with this. Now, when it comes to playing games, I'm not really a huge gamer, but I did try a few and it works fine. I mean, like I said, this does have the same exact chip as the Pixel 7 and the Pixel 7 Pro. So those phones can obviously game just fine. This can too. There's no issues. As far as battery life goes, well, I've only had it for 24 hours and really I keep it on the dock. So it's kind of even tough to say what the battery life is actually like because, well, like I said, it's really meant to be placed on the dock whenever you're done using it, or leave it on the dock and that's it. And speaking of charging, whenever you do have it on the dock, there's a nice little setting that only charges the tablet to 90%. Because like I said, that's another hint that this is supposed to be on the dock most of the time. The reason there's a 90% threshold, which by the way, you can turn off and charge to 100% if you want whenever you're docked, but it kind of saves your battery longevity over time. If you keep this thing at 100% all the time, similar to a phone or any other electronic, the battery capacity will degrade over time and you will get worse battery life. So the fact that they thought about even that thing by charging only to 90%, that's pretty smart. And the price of the tablet is only $500, which don't get me wrong, it is pretty expensive, but if you look at the competition when it comes to that price range, you don't really have a ton of competition because this thing will also be supported for 5 years of Google updates. Now that is actually 4 or 5 years of Google updates. I'll put the answer up here. So this thing will outlast many, many other tablets in its price range or even higher than its price range. And if you guys are interested in more information about the tablet, I'll go ahead and put a link down below. Feel free to click on it. You can also purchase it from that link as well. And there you go. What I really like about the tablet is that you can actually have multiple profiles. So right there you see that I'm on Mark, my profile. So if you have a significant other, whenever they take the tablet off the dock and then they put in their password or change the profile, they will actually get their very own apps, their very own wallpaper. It'll be like 2 tablets in one. It's kind of like having, well, multiple profiles. So I really like that you can switch between that. So that way multiple people in your house can use it and not really feel kind of odd that they've just logged into your tablet with your apps and your information. Another downside I noticed is that this thing is actually not that easy to take off from the dock. If you look at Google's presentation of this tablet, you see the people just come up and just whoop, take it off from the dock. Well, no guys, that's definitely not how it works because this thing is stuck to the dock pretty good. This thing, you're not just lifting this up from the dock, right? What you have to do is kind of bend it back and then take it off. So that's how you do it. But Google's presentation was a little bit sneaky. Not gonna lie, Google, don't do that, because I was really expecting it to be as easy as just lifting it up and walking away. But no, you can't do that. Obviously, this thing also has a camera, 8 megapixel, same as the 8 megapixel on the front-facing camera, which by the way is in the horizontal placement, which is like the proper placement for a tablet. So that way, whenever you have it docked, someone calls you on Google Meet, it'll be the perfect orientation. The cameras are fine. I'll put up some samples right now. It's an 8 megapixel camera. It's a tablet, first of all. So you're not going to be expecting Pixel 7 quality, of course, but it does the job. The Pixel tablet has been nothing but fun for me to use. It's just, it's a very simple but effective tablet. You know, because if you think about it, whenever you have a normal tablet and you're done using it, what do? Right? You just put it on the table or in your drawer, and that's it. That tablet is no longer in use during that time period that you're not using it. With the Google Pixel Tab, even when you're not using it, you set it on the dock and you still see some relevant information. You see the weather. You see your Google Photos. You see your home camera system. You can control your lights. It's so much more than just a tablet. It's a smart home manager. So, I mean, it's fun. It's a fun tablet. And for $500 with the $130 speaker included in the box, I like it. I mean, it's a no-brainer. It's a steal. So what do you guys want to know about the Google Pixel Tab? Leave me your comments down below. I will be making a full review video, so if you guys are new here and you're already interested, definitely subscribe if you haven't already. And if you guys did enjoy today's video, definitely leave a like. It's completely free to you, but it helps me and the channel out greatly, and I always truly appreciate it. And as always, this was Mark from Mark's Tech. Adios.